Hi Zoe, Barnaby Nichols here from Heavy Hitter Sales Video. Basically, I'm just going to give you a quick website analysis for the Hunger Project Australia so that you have a better understanding of what I'm talking about, the problems with the website, and the solutions that we can offer. So, the website itself, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not a terrible website, but it isn't the best. It doesn't attract a lot of enthusiasm or attention or really hook me in any way. Firstly, the colours aren't bad, but having text in a lighter grey on a background of grey doesn't really make it stand out. And the text itself is what to me is the biggest problem. Firstly, we've got large blocks of text. I mean, there isn't a lot of it, but it comes up in a big block. Now, this is quite daunting almost to someone who lands on the page. It gives them the impression that they have to spend time reading it, and it's not presented to them simply. And there are also some formatting issues. So this hasn't been justified. The text kind of isn't neat, it doesn't sit well. And there's also the first two words are in a different font size, which just speaks of unprofessionalism. Now, normally we have about 5 to 10 seconds on a website to attract attention. So someone might click on it, you've got 5 to 10 seconds to keep them on your website. If you have large blocks of text which are unformatted, not incredibly easy to read, then you have an issue. You're going to lose them. Now I'm going to show you an example of what I think is a really well designed website. This is actually for a business and not a charity. So it is different, but they have absolutely nailed the design of their website. So this company provides call services for businesses, so a business can subscribe and get a call service. Now, as you can see, lots of white space. It's very clean, it's uncluttered, and when you come on the site, first thing, bang, big headline, attacks your attention. Underneath that, a smaller subheading, which explains that previous headline in a bit more detail. In that one snapshot, you already have an understanding of this company. Then they have a big image, which is friendly. It's a cartoon. It's quite light and jovial. So it's just a nice picture to have there. But it also conveys an image of what the service is. Now the text, basically the only text here is in dot point format. Very easy to read. You can look at this bold section and find out the benefits and features that this company provides. If you want a little bit more detail, you can look here and it's explained a bit. Then if you want even more detail, you can go down and there are links that can describe it. So basically all the information that someone would need is on the homepage. Unlike here, where you have a paragraph like this with all these big numbers in it, which is discouraging for someone to read. You have a quote here. I think there is a quotation mark here, but not an end, and it isn't attributed to anyone, so I don't know if that's actually a quote. And also there are these other links here. You have 2 navigation bars, which to me is very confusing. What's more confusing is that information is exactly the same as events. And then there are this bar here. The only call to action on the entire website is this tiny link hidden up here in the navigation bar. Over here, they have one in the navigation bar, but it's actually a big button. It stands out, people are going to click on it. They have another one just here. See how it works. So this is a call to action button. This is as soon as someone gets some information, they get captivated by the heading. They read these benefits and features, and then they can immediately click something to find out more. Over here, you can continue reading on this page, or we can go back to that original page, and the only thing that we can click on to find out more and to do more and to maybe even contribute or donate is to click on this little link here. And when we do click on that, it takes us to another page, which is honestly quite cluttered. There are heaps of links here, which don't really express what they actually do very well. Then there's all of these images with unreadable font. Everything can be clicked on, and all we wanted to know is simply how can we get involved, and then we're presented with all this information. And then here we do have some really good call to action buttons. These are they stand out, they're interactive, and they're really good. But basically, you want something like that on this page. Something maybe in the middle here, underneath some dot points where people can just immediately click and find out more, or even donate or commit or whatever. Now, one thing that's really great about this website is that you do have a video and you have it in the perfect place. People can look at this as soon as they get onto the website. It's right there. The problem with this, again, there is no button where people around it that people can utilize once they've watched it to get more involved. I do really like this add to calendar. It's big, it's bold, people can click on it, and it solidifies the event not only in their calendars but also in their mind as an event that they are attending. It's really strong stuff. But then there's this bit, our sponsors. There's a really small little logo down here, and it's kind of tucked away in the corner. If we look back at this one, now this is obviously has been done in a marketing sense, and so what they've done, they've taken well-established brands that have either referred to them in an article or used their services or anything like that, any association, as many as they can, and put them up big and bold. And as you can see, first time you scroll down, it's right there. Now this instills a bit of trust and rapport for this company, because if these well-respected and well-known brands are supporting this company, then chances are that the person looking will as well. Here you've got a respected and well-established brand here, but it's kind of tucked out of the way, and there is only one of them. I'm not sure if you have more, but there are definitely other ways you can boost up that sponsor list so that it looks really quite impactful and have a lot of impact on the website, and especially to the person who comes to check it out. Now, another thing, let's look at our website, Heavy Hitter Sales Videos. So we have a very simple website. We don't even have a navigation bar. Everything is on one page. We've got our logo, similar to you guys up here in the corner. That's really good. We have our contact details. Now, having a physical address does a lot for credibility. Here there isn't anything. There isn't even a very good contact button on this side at all. There isn't a number or an address or anything like that. It's sort of just, it looks a little bit like just a website that's been thrown up. From all that someone looking into this could see, there isn't an address, there isn't a phone number, it might not even be a legitimate organization. Having this builds a lot of credibility. And then we have a video. As I said, your video is in a perfect position. It's really well done. But next to that, we have what's called an opt-in box. So this is basically someone can opt in or choose to give us their name and email, and in return we give them something for that. So they've entrusted us with the email, and so we are going to give them a website analysis. Now, the power of the opt-in box is that when somebody gives you the contact information, they've shown interest. They're not ready to commit now, but they have shown interest. In marketing online, normally about 3% of visitors to a page will buy straight away. 50% would buy over 12 months if they are kept interested, if you nurture them. Now, it's obviously very different for the Hunger Project, but just imagine that those figures are roughly the same. 3% of people come to the site, want to do more, they click on this, they go through that rigmarole, and then they donate or host an event or support an event, whatever. If you had a way to get those people who do come, think it's interesting, say they're going to do something later, and then they forget. If you had a way to catch those people and over however long give them information, give them updates on what the Hunger Project's achieved, what the new upcoming challenges are, what people can do to get involved, if you keep it fresh in their mind, those people are eventually going to become contributors to the Hunger Project. So we have one here. Next to our video, just straight away you can get into it. There is nothing like that on this site. You go down, again, just dot points, really simple, lots of white space. So as you can see here, we are using colors. This website uses black and white, and yours has a mixture of colors. I don't think you need to only have black and white. I think colors are useful, but they have to be used sensibly instead of just cluttering up the page. And then dot points, And then we have testimonials. So it's a similar format to this. Headline, dot points, call to action, testimonials, and then more dot points, a bit more in depth, a lot like this one, more in depth explanation, guarantee, and then another opt-in form, another call to action. So on this page, the only call to action is a little link up in the navigation bar. There's no buttons. There's nothing big and attractive for people to click if they want to find out more or if they directly want to get involved. So that is something that I would highly recommend for the Hunger Project to have, is at least an opt-in box and definitely some call to action buttons for people to go straight to this page as opposed to having to find up in the navigation bar. In terms of managing the opt-in boxes, basically it'll give the email to you and you can then send out newsletters, send out emails, send out promotions, whatever you need to do to keep their interest and to nurture them into contributors to the Hunger Project. There are many different pieces of software and ways to run that, and we, as an extension of our website design, can actually run that for you. So those are just some basic things that I would recommend for making this website a whole lot nicer to look at, better to use, and far more effective in getting people involved in the Hunger Project.